What is going on, guys? It's me, Mojo Jojo Plays, back again with some more WMMA 5 on the channel. In the last episode, I showed you the basics, how to play this game, pretty much. I showed you the first fight card, or at least some of the fights. In this episode, we are going to quickly go through what happened on my second fight card that I did. Overall, it wasn't very entertaining, to be honest, the fight cards, apart from like 2 fights. So I decided not to put it in a video. Instead, I'm going to quickly go through everything, and then we're going to go straight into what this show is about with the European debut of BCF, Teneyev versus Kirby. So yeah, on the preliminaries, we had three fights. Ragnar Gunnarsson won by unanimous decision against Scott Gillespie. Cyril Kamose won by knockout in the third round, 2 minutes 52 seconds against Pip Londres. Unfortunately, breaking his jaw in the process, so he's still out for at least 4 months by the looks of things. And in the last fight, Billy Fish was knocked out in about a minute. Ref should have stopped the fight sooner, to be honest. This guy dominated him pretty much. Augustus Shark. Pretty average fighter, but I mean, yeah, just completely dominated that fight. On the main card, we had Danko Jelovic won by guillotine in round 2 against Adrian Majoram, the Scottish fighter. Kickboxer versus a submission wrestler, I think. No, mixed martial artists. But yeah, pretty decent fight. This guy is quite good. He's now 8-0, 2-0 in BCF. And I believe after the fight, he called out at Kruglov, if I remember correctly. Or he called somebody out. I can't remember something. Reynolds Burr went up against Quinton Beercraft. Beercraft making his debut for the company. Completely messed it up, to be honest. Didn't take him down once, I don't think, in the entire fight, and ended up... He's a judo guy, and he didn't bother doing any judo moves. I'm an expert in this. All he did was push him up against the cage, and the ref kind of pulled him out constantly. Awful fight. But Bear won at least, so... We had Robert Durrell, 31-year-old kickboxer, somehow managed to beat at Kruglov in a great fight by a unanimous decision. Look at the metrics on that one. I say somehow, he dominated. Kruglov got 2 takedown attempts because he was going for submissions more than anything else. Didn't really get any of them off. He went for 3 submissions. Lost, didn't get any of them. Robert Durrell just punched and kicked him till the fight was over. Then we had a battle of the 6-3 fighters, which Dominic Oppenheimer ended up winning. He won by a knockout in the final round. The ref stopped the fight, but I think Keith Jolly was already out, so that's why it's a knockout instead of a TKO. Last but not least, we had the main event for this show. Davis Spyro, I guess he is Greek, but he's also from London. He dominated 3 of the 5 rounds. Basically, yeah, he threw a lot of punches, got a lot of them off. But unfortunately for him, he tired by the midpoint of the 5th round, which Ginger Beaumont took full advantage of, getting, I think, 3 takedowns in 2 rounds, and ended up tapping him out with a rear naked choke in the final round to basically save his fight. He was in big trouble otherwise. But yeah, that is the best of British 5. I'll probably do this with a lot of the TV shows unless something insane happens. But yeah. So now we're going to go back, because I've already recorded what happened at BCF 2. And yeah, let's see what happens when Teneyev went up against Kirby in the main event for our first show in Germany. Okay, here we are. We are back. It's finally week 3 of March. I have made a bit of an oopsie. Let's quickly go through this first. So I didn't realise that this is the same day as the middleweight Grand Prix for Alpha, which is basically one of their massive tournaments they're doing by the looks of things. But yeah, all of these are best. The 8th best middleweights in Alpha 1 will be taking part in that. However, we have something better, because we're in Europe, in a random town in Germany, probably with no fans, because they don't know who we are. And we have booked Teneyev versus Kirby. So yeah, before we get into that, there is a few things. First of all, I booked a match. This guy got injured, Wayne McKellen. Unfortunately, he's only out for 9 days, so I don't know why it's telling me to reschedule the fight, but 9 days is 9 days. So we've booked a new opponent. And we've also made a few new signings. Let's just go back to February. We signed another 5. Hang on, I'm just going to make sure that is 5. We signed another 7. First of all, we'll go through the first 5. We have signed Nikolai. Let's call him that. Nikolai from Belarus. He's a 30-year-old wrestler. Pretty good. He's the only person who hasn't been knocked out by Nico Soldo. So that's good. We have Torbjorn Rekdal from Norway. 6 foot middleweight kickboxer. Very good kickboxer here, to be honest, looking at that. Glenn McBeam. He's a rookie, sort of, not really. But he is he's currently had a fight, so he can't actually fight again for a little while, but he looks pretty promising. Good kickboxer from Glasgow. We also have Gennady Lopatin from Russia, 19-year-old heavyweight. This guy is a rookie. Nobody knows much about this guy at all. He's booked for his first fight at the end of April. Looks pretty promising. I booked him against Howard Purdsglove again. He's kind of my go-to guy for, here's a new guy, let's see what happens. And Bailey Randleman is a light heavyweight from Manchester. Similar situation, we don't really know much about him. He's a very good judo person. That's about it. But yeah, he looks pretty promising, light heavyweight. And then lastly, we have also got 2 more here. We have Dominikas Jankovic from Bulgaria. He is a welterweight, so another guy for the welterweight division. Very good. Probably be a challenge for Basora at some point. Yeah, from Sigma. He is currently out because he's just had a fight. He lost his last fight, unfortunately. And he's also already lost to Basora, so that's also not good. But he's here to bolster the division because we don't have anyone. Finally, Emil Carson. This guy looks like a beast. Light heavyweight, mixed martial artist. Very strong at a lot of things. He's also an actor. He's won his last 2 fights by unanimous decision. Not very good fights by the looks of things, but what can you do? He's here on 1.5k a fight. But yeah, that's everyone. But now the moment you've been waiting for, it is Fight Night, Germany. There's a random Norman Pike appearance there. Okay, so main event is this guy who, if I'm lucky, will completely destroy this guy. But it's MMA, anything can happen. We have 3 preliminary fights: Conor Houghton versus Max Repetaro, Grant Kyle versus Malloy Mahoney, and Konstantin Balatsu versus Ozzy Bintley. On the main card, we have Steph Lom versus Neville Granville, Jochen Beloff versus Gerard Nealon, Hans-Peter Schneider versus Charlie Oakley, Martin Couples versus Ian Fassel, Alexander Ivanov making his debut against Vic Milligan. Poor guy. He is going to get absolutely destroyed. And Valentine Teneyev versus Matthew Michael Kirby is your main event. So, like before, we're going to skip for you some of the fights, probably all the preliminary fights, to be honest. And then we're probably going to go to any fight that has like an interesting record we want to go to, except for these two I want to see. So yeah, we're going to continue. Alexander Ivanov's making his debut. So is Teneyev. 11-0 versus 8-0. Somebody's losing their undefeated record no matter what happens. The betting odds have Teneyev as the favourite by a huge margin, which, yeah, that's fair. Kirby, however, does have a 7-inch reach advantage. 6'4". How is he a light heavyweight? If he's 6'4", he must be like. He's 6 foot, so I guess. Yeah. He's got an 7-inch reach advantage. That could be good for him. Then we have Alexander Ivanov versus British Beef Vic Milligan. And Ivanov has a significant weight advantage. It's his debut and everyone thinks he's going to win. Great. Next we have Martin the Crippler versus Ian the Elite. Pretty even fight, this one. And we have Hans-Peter Schneider versus Charlie Oakley. Unfortunately, for the German fans, the German fighter isn't the favourite in this one. The guy from Bolton is. Which is fair, I think. I think he is the better fighter. But we never know, do we? Next we have Joachim Beloff from Hanover versus Gerard Nealing. Favourite in this one is definitely Beloff. He's more experienced and all of that. And Steph Long versus Neville Granville. I think this guy is from Düsseldorf. Yes, he is. Light heavyweight. He's massive. This guy is not as massive. Well, he doesn't look as massive. And then we go on to the preliminary fights that we're not really that interested in, to be honest. But yeah, let's see how these go. This guy I think is 19, so I'd hope he wins, but tough one. First fight. We're going to skip to the end and hopefully Max Rebataro wins. Which he does. He won on a unanimous decision. Fair enough. Fight metrics. He pretty even actually. Yeah, that's fair. He did get 2 takedowns, so that's probably why he won it. With 16 ground strikes, 44 punches. Not too bad. He was expected to win, and he did win, so that's good for me at least. He's going to an after party at the local club and inviting everyone. Are you sure about that? Are you sure that's a good idea? We have The Nugget versus Macho Man. Great. From Land's End versus some guy from London. We're going to skip this one as well. Winner is the Macho Man, who was the favourite in that one. Decent fight. Won by unanimous decision again. Not as even. Neither of them could get a single takedown the entire fight, which kind of sucks, but what can you do? So he thanks all his sponsors and gives a share of respect to his opponent. Great. I think this is a heavyweight fight. It might be, you know. Yes, it is. So this guy is 0-1, and this guy is 5-1. So both of them similar height, similar weight. A kickboxer versus an MMA guy, and the winner is going to be Ozzy Bentley by unanimous decision again. Got more punches, more power punches as well. I'm surprised he's still on his feet and made it to the end. Didn't really do much of anything, to be honest. Surprisingly went for more takedowns than the MMA guy. So that's a shame. He thanks all his sponsors, yada yada yada, same as always. Right. Up next, Steph Long versus Neville Granville, the first fight in Europe for, you know what I mean, UK's in Europe, but not really. Right. Not in this game, at least. We might skip to the end of this one, even though it is our first fight. He's a MMA versus a boxer, so who knows how this will go. You know what, since it's our first fight in Europe, let's have a proper watch of this one. So, Sander Nemec will be the ref, with Miguel, Matthias, and Quintro as our judges. There's a roar of the crowd as Lom enters, because he's from Germany, and the fight begins. Lom deliberately doesn't touch gloves, but clearly respects his striking, so he's not getting too close. Granville connects with a nice jab, and then scores with a right cross. Then he hits another 2 jabs, and a crunching right hook. Granville can't connect with a jab, but then hits him with a beautiful right uppercut, which knocks him down. Granville knows it's a golden opportunity, quickly pounces on top of him, hitting him with a big strike after big strike, and the ref stops the fight in a minute. 1 minute 15 seconds, Neville Granville gets his win by the way of TKO. God damn. I swear, every fight I watch in this game ends in like a TKO in like 5 minutes. 5 seconds. Well done to Neville for the win. Nobody expected him to win in that one. Thanks all these sponsors for helping him, for supporting him financially. And we're going to go into our next fight. Jochen Belloff versus Gerard Kneeling. Boxer versus a striker. This is a lightweight fight, I believe. Yes, it is. So we might as well watch this one as well, since that first fight went so quick. Referee is Sander Nemec, with Matthias Quintro and Guillaume. I don't know. Let's go with that as our judges. He gets a loud cheer, Belloff does, as he enters because he's from Germany. And the fight begins. They actually touch gloves this time, which is probably a better, which means we're not going to get a knockout instantly. They meet in the centre. Kneeling hits a leg kick, whereas Belloff gets 3 quick punches and a nice uppercut, which knocks him down immediately up against the cage. Belloff hits him with a big right hand through the guard. He can't do anything but cover up, where he's knocked down instantly. Belloff quickly pounces, looking to rail down punches on the stunned Kneeling. He punches away with several great shots, and the ref stops the fight in 55 seconds. Oh no, not again. That's a good fight, TKO. Jochen Belloff. My god, what just happened? I need to stop jinxing it, because whenever I say, oh, it's not going to knock him out instantly, he gets punched in the face and then falls over. So Jochen with a good win there. Now 10-3 versus 6-3. God damn it. What is my luck? Oh well. He just thanks all these sponsors and all these fans. Doesn't call anyone out and all of that. Next we have Hans-Peter Schneider versus Charlie Oakley. In the final of the German fighters, I believe. This is going to be a more even fight, he says, because they're both wrestlers, so I doubt they're going to get a knockout. That there will be a knockout in 10 seconds, I mean. But let's watch this real quick. Sander Nemec is the referee again. Schneider gets a big cheer as he makes his entrance, and the round begins. Oakley appears to be trying to get in first, but Schneider took the initiative. He misses a jab, but then hits him with a nice straight right, which cuts him open in 7 seconds. He connects with a nice jab and then a straight right, and connects 2 left hands and another straight right. Can't connect with his setup strikes eventually, but catches him with a right hook. Schneider can't connect with anything again, but then lands another right hand. Schneider is dominating at the moment. Not many people expected this. He connects with a nice jab and then a nice straight right, moving closer, ready to attack. Throws a punch, but Oakley was finally equal to it, but then hits another straight right. The clock is stopped as the ref wants to check the cut on Oakley already. The ringside doctor examines the cut and signals that it's not a fight ender, which is good, so we're back on the way. Halfway through the first round. This is the longest fight I've been in. Schneider hits another right cross, which reopens the cut on Charlie Oakley. This isn't good. He hits him with a nice jab, then catches him with a low kick to the front leg. Charlie Oakley has done nothing except take a beating. Schneider lands a left hand, and then a right hand, and then a left hand, and then a right hand again. Oh my god. Oakley finally avoids a big right with 1 minute left in the round. Schneider is slowing down a little. I think he's gone a bit too quick. Oakley looks like he was going to shoot him, but Schneider took the initiative. He can't connect with his setup strikes, but then scores with another right cross. Connects with 2 left hands, and then a low kick to the legs again. Oakley is trying to stay away, but he's very wary about getting up close to actually grapple. It's a few minor left hands, but Oakley avoids a big right, and the fight and the round ends, not the fight. Charlie Oakley has done absolutely nothing, and Hans-Peter Schneider has done everything. So Charlie Oakley needs to get this fight to the ground as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're going to have some real issues. That was a bit of a snoozer. Are you sure about that? I guess 5 minutes of some guy punching the other guy in the face isn't exactly entertaining, but, I mean, what do you expect to happen? Anyway, 10-9 to Schneider. Cutman goes to work between rounds trying to put Oakley back together, and the fight is underway again. He hits another 2 left hands instantly, and then another right, but Oakley finally goes in for the takedown, but it's not successful. He is hopping on his left foot whilst Oakley has his other leg. Schneider not going down, Oakley settles for pushing him up against the cage. With the cage trapping Schneider, he goes for a takedown, grabbing both legs, and actually gets it. Oakley punches down at Schneider, but they're easily taken by the gloves. He goes for an armbar, but Schneider stops it from being applied. There's a lack of progress, so the referee stands to fight back. Are you joking, ref? That they literally just got to the ground, and he's like, nah, you got to get up. This ref is awful. Schneider has taken the initiative once again, lands a left hand, and then catches Oakley with another right. Halfway through the second round, Oakley goes in for another takedown and actually gets it again. They're currently scrambling for position on the ground. Sees an opportunity and dives for a leg. Oakley ends up pulling guard, unable to secure the left leg he wanted. Probably shouldn't have risked going for the leg as he left himself exposed. Schneider doesn't posture up. He's wary of the submissions and instead starts to punch down at him. Oakley tries to sweep Schneider out of the way but can't do it. And the ref stands him back up again. This ref is actually awful at his job. He keeps standing him up for no reason. Schneider is definitely running out of energy here. The end of the round is coming up, so hopefully he can survive until then. There's another takedown attempt, which is successful from Charlie Oakley. He hits a handful of punches, but each of them are blocked, and then fires more punches, but they're all blocked, and then more punches, they're all blocked, and the round ends. So that's got to be Oakley's round. I'd like to think that was Oakley's round. 10-9 to Oakley, yep. So that was a pretty decent round. Will Oakley go 6-8, or will Hans-Peter Schneider go 18-8? Who knows? Final round. We've finally got one that might go the distance. Everything is still to fight for. The last round. Schneider is going straight in for some punches again, moving in closer to open up an attack, whereas Oakley finally throws a punch and hits it, but then Schneider hits a straight right after. Then evades. Oakley evades a big punch. They come in to strike again, and Oakley jabs away. Schneider hits a left hand, but it's dodged, and goes for another left hand, and a low kick to the front leg. Schneider is looking really tired now. Another defensive jab from Oakley, as Schneider goes for another leg kick. Halfway through the final round now. Oakley is starting to limp a little. where Snyder hits a left jab and then catches Oakley with a right hook. But then Oakley goes for a takedown and he gets it again. That's his 4th takedown. This might be a split decision if it goes any longer. Oakley tries to pound on Snyder with some short elbows, but they're all comfortably dealt with. He's still firing away, but not doing any damage. Oakley unloads some elbows, but Snyder deals with him comfortably. The end of the round is coming up. He needs to get a submission to guarantee. He's still punching though. Getting very unlucky, not doing any damage. 26 seconds now. The length of the period, and the ref stands him back up. Nah, the ref's just given the win to Snyder there. Yeah, he just gave him the win by constantly getting him to stand up. I'm gonna book this fight again in England with a good referee, because this one was actually awful. All 3 judges have given it 29-28. Winner by unanimous decision is Hans-Peter Schneider. I don't think so. I think if the ref didn't constantly let this guy get up, well, make him get up, then Oakley could have easily have won that. He could have got more time to get a submission in. They wasn't on the ground for that long, let's be honest. But the ref made a bad decision, I think. So Hans-Peter Schneider gives a name check to everyone at the London Kickboxing Academy and all his various sponsors, then all his family, friends and supporters. He shows some respect to Oakley for his skill and toughness. We're going to skip this match because frankly, I don't care about either of these guys at the moment. Just because we don't want to get to all of the matches because we'll run out of time. But yeah, the winner in this one, TKO in round 2. Great fight. I should have watched this one. God damn it. When Martin the Crippler Couples defeats Ian the Elite Fussell. At least we'll see how this TKO comes to be. So 2 fighters engage. Fussell hits a left cross when Couples lands a powerful left hook, which makes him wobble and fall over. He starts pounding away, looking to finish him off, hitting some sickeningly heavy shots to the face. And the ref jumps in to stop it. Yep, that's fair enough. Not a lot of actual fighting. Well, you know what I mean. Not a lot of not a lot in the metrics, but Martin Couples must have knocked him down with one of his few punches, and then ends up winning the whole thing. He says he's got a lot of respect for Ian Fussell. Is it Lane Fussell or Ian? I don't know. I'm calling him Ian, but it's probably Lane. Anyway, the last 2 fights, these are the ones I want to see. Because they could be about 10 seconds or they could be a few minutes. The Great Bear versus British Beef. The co-main event. He is the heavy favourite. 22-pound weight advantage as well. But this guy's just a street fighter. He can survive pretty well, I believe. Very experienced, a good chin, so he's probably not going to get knocked out so easily. This is going to be an interesting one. Alexander Ivanov. A bit better, I'd say. Yeah, he's definitely a lot better. So, let's see how this fight goes. Leandre Andre will be the referee. Nice. Ivanov is much larger. Yes. The fight begins. Milligan ignores the offer of touching gloves. Then Ivanov steps forward looking to strike. Milligan counters. Then Ivanov throws another 2 punches that he avoids, but then goes in for a takedown which he instantly gets. He tries slicing elbow strikes, but Milligan deflects it. By the way, with some right hands, we're not doing anything. He tries to get into half guard, but Milligan doesn't let him get his leg free. Ivanov punches down, but they're easily taken by his gloves. And the ref stands him back up to their feet already. Is this ref going to ruin Ivanov's debut? I have a feeling he might. Goes for a left jab but misses a right hook. Ivanov finds a way past his opponent's guard and lands a sharp 1-2. Second half of the first round. Ivanov shoots in on Millikan again, getting his second takedown. He's seated on his back with Ivanov pressing onto him. I could see a rear naked choke coming here. Ivanov fires away punches but does little in the way of damage. Millikan hits some weak punches to the upper back, but they're more out of frustration than anything. Ivanov tries to lock him in a choke, and he gets a guillotine in, locked in deep, and Millikan has to tap out in 1 minute and 54 seconds. The Great Bear, Alexander Ivanov, gets his first win in BCF. Thank God the ref didn't ruin that one, because he almost did. Ivanov thanks everyone in Euroteam Thunder for helping him prepare for this fight, and his sponsors for supporting him financially. Alexander Ivanov says that he is very happy to cap his BCF debut with a win. And now, finally, the main event. Everything is resting on Valentine Teneyev knocking Matthew Michael Kirby out in like a minute. He is part of the St. Petersburg elite, which is some of the best fighters in the world, I'll be totally honest. Let's have a quick look. I've scouted all of them, to be honest. They're all very, very good. Tyson Diov is in there as well, our number 3 guy. Matthew Kirby, he is part of KO Fighters with Christopher Drew and a few of the other UK guys. So yeah. Main event time. I like heavyweight division. Our referee is Lauri Hämäläinen. That's also mispronounced. The fight begins. They go toe to toe, but nobody does any damage in shots. An exchange of strikes does very little to produce any damage. Switching to southpaw, Kirby gets ready to strike, but can't connect with his setup strikes, but then catches Teneyev with a crunching left hook. Okay, that's not good. Both fighters move in and engage. Kirby slips past a right hook and counters the jab, but just misses. Two fighters engage again. Teneyev scores 3 punches out for sudden flurry, but Kirby skips past a right hand. Then Kirby hits a nice left hook in retaliation. Oh no. This is going to be a lot closer than I thought it'd be. Teneyev misses with a right hand, allowing Kirby to counter, and then goes for a left cross that's just missed. Two fighters engage some more, as Kirby dodges a right hand and counterattacks with a right hook. The big reach advantage that Kirby has is not great. I might have screwed Teneyev here, you know. We're halfway through the first round as both of them come together and strike again. Teneyev misses a leg kick, but then hits a left cross that just misses. Never mind. Both fighters step in again, with Kirby countering a right hand with a left cross. They exchange, but nothing really gets through. Kirby lands a right jab, but Teneyev evades a big left punch. Teneyev is able to clinch at Kirby, going for a takedown, thank God. Which he does. Kirby's in half guard now. Teneyev lands a glancing elbow strike and attempts to get into half guard to gain a better position, and he gets there, but the round ends. I think Kirby got that round. That was a fun round. Kirby, yeah, I agree with the game's commentator there. 10-9 to Kirby, I would agree. Means the hand grenade needs a different game plan for the rest of the fight, because it's not working so far. Teneyev, if you want your fight with Nico Soldo, you have to win. Don't think many expected Kirby to start this well. He is the heavy underdog. Round 2 starts now. Kirby fails to find home for his jab, but then catches Teneyev with a crunching right hook. Teneyev wants to grapple and appears willing to aggressively come in to do so, even if it means taking strikes. The jab is wide of Kirby, but then he hits Teneyev with the beauty of a straight right as they engage again. Teneyev misses, putting him off balance, allowing Kirby to attack with a good right hand. He's aiming to get in close, but Kirby aggressively takes the initiative. He fails to find home with a jab, but then scores with another right cross. As Kirby can't connect with a jab, but then hits Teneyev with a crunching right hook, but still nothing is knocking the Russian man down. Coming to strike again as Teneyev lands a jab, and then hits a left hook to the side of the body. Kirby gets a nice right hook as they come together again. 3 minutes left in the round. Teneyev gets a leg kick, and then Kirby nails a right cross. Teneyev wants to grapple and appears willing to aggressively come in to do so again. Jab is wide from Kirby, but then catches him with a right hook. Second half of the round now. Both of them meet in the centre again. Kirby hits a left jab and a nice right hook. He's starting to look confident, shortening the range a little. He lands another left jab, but Teneyev avoids the big right. Taking a few gulps of breath, Kirby is starting to tire. Is this the moment? Oh, I'm starting to tire just commentating this. Bloody hell. Right, Kirby moves in close again. Looks like we're about to see Teneyev try and do some grappling, but Kirby once again is more aggressive. He misses a jab, but then lands a straight right that lands hard. Teneyev appears to be trying to get in close, but Kirby once again takes the initiative. A jab hits home from Kirby, then he hits Teneyev with a beauty of a straight right. Teneyev is still trying to grapple, but Kirby keeps countering and knocking him back. The end of the round is coming up quick. There's just a minute left. He's aggressively coming forward again, and then Kirby hits another jab and then misses the next one. Teneyev is able to grab him and then trips him down again at the end of the round. Teneyev pounds away with a bunch of big shots, unable to land too many clean ones as the round ends again. I think Kirby is going to, if he can make it to the end, Kirby is going to win this fight. That's a big if, because he is knackered already. What is their stamina compared to each other? Just curious. That would be resilience? Or would it be... Yeah, it's got to be resilience, surely. I don't know. He is always a fast starter. He might start to slow down now. Right, round 3. Once again, Kirby 10-9 from the commentator. I have to agree. We're back underway. Kirby steps in, looks to unleash again, but Teneyev is starting to avoid it. They start to exchange blows, but nothing really happens. Kirby closes in on Teneyev, looking to unleash some strikes, but none of them hit. Teneyev misses a right hook and gets countered with a jab and a right hook that he ducks. Teneyev might have been aiming to get in close, but Kirby aggressively took the initiative. Kirby hits a left jab and a right cross. Teneyev comes forward, willing to take a few shots as long as he can get close enough to wrestle. Thank God. But Kirby is still connecting with nice jabs and right hooks. He can't connect with any setup strikes, but then lands straight right. But once again, Teneyev is just walking through it. My God, Teneyev looks like he was going to step in and grapple, but Kirby keeps taking the initiative. Throwing another punch, and another one. Halfway through the third round now. Kirby closes the distance finally, but Teneyev easily avoids a strike. Kirby is starting to move noticeably slower now. Teneyev appears to be going for a takedown, but Kirby took the initiative, hits him with a jab, and then a right hook. Jab from Kirby, and then another jab, but Teneyev avoids a big right. Without taking much damage, apparently, Teneyev is able to clinch with Kirby, going for a trip takedown again. Successful this time, once again, at the end of the round. He starts trying to work to get past the guard, but Kirby keeps him in guard. Teneyev is working hard, he is defending tenaciously. He drops some elbows, but isn't able to land any of them cleanly. He throws a quick elbow, but it doesn't connect, and the round ends again. Teneyev needs to get him down to the ground sooner, because when he gets him down there, he starts to take control, but he runs out of time every time. Once again, I'm going to give this round to Kirby. Yep. Teneyev is running out of rounds. Round number 4 now. If the hand grenade wants to get his fight with Nico Soldo that he's been wanting his whole career, probably, then he needs to pluck up his ideas, win soon. Sorry. Teneyev looks like he was going to step in and grapple, but Kirby takes the initiative. Next, with a nice jab, lands a big hand. Teneyev comes forward again. Kirby counters. And Teneyev finally lands a jab, and then he hits a spin kick to the ribs. Teneyev is starting to slow down a little now as well. They trade blows, but neither can do anything. Quick exchange ends in nobody taking control. Teneyev looks like he's going to step in and grapple, but Kirby takes the initiative again. It's a left hand, but finds nothing but air. He's starting to look really tired now. He lands a left hand and then a nice straight right. They both step in to strike again. Teneyev scores with a jab, but also nails a right cross. Kirby is off target with a jab, but hits a good right hand. They meet in the centre again as Kirby blocks a left kick and counters with a jab and a right cross. Kirby looks shattered, initiating a clinch to recover. Kirby tries to wiggle free, but Teneyev controls him, gets in a few close range punches. He wrestles Kirby backwards up against the cage, pinning him there. Kirby gets caught with a knee to the inside of the thigh as Teneyev smothers him back against the cage, hits him with a quick elbow strike and a vicious foot stomp. Kirby is controlled up against the cage. The cage takes another elbow from the clinch. With a minute left in the round, Kirby is trapped against the cage and Teneyev hits him with a short left uppercut. Kirby is still up against the cage and takes a few hands from some dirty boxing, caught in the side of the stomach with a knee from Teneyev. The referee decides that there is a lack of progress being made and separates them. Fair enough, I agree with you this time, ref. They were stuck against the cage. And Teneyev finally takes a round. How did Kirby just edge that? I think Teneyev dominated that round. Teneyev needs to take him out in this 5th round, or he's actually going to lose this fight. Like, how is this guy gonna lose to a guy called Kirby? Jesus Christ. Alright. This would put him in the fight with Nico Soldo instead. I'd put him in the fight against Nico as punishment for winning this fight. The final round, Teneyev is pressuring Kirby. He manages a counter jab, but Teneyev misses all his strikes in a combo and ends with a head kick attempt. He keeps pressuring Kirby. Kirby tries to hit a jab but misses as Teneyev lands a left jab, but Kirby avoids a big right. As a takedown, 4 minutes, come on, this is his moment. He tries to take Kirby down but can't do it. Kirby just about stays on. Kirby almost stops the takedown but is left hopping on one leg whilst Teneyev holds the other. Kirby is not going down. Teneyev settles to put him up against the cage again. Kirby is trapped there. In the next minute or so, he sees them engaging in close quarter dirty boxing. 2 minutes left. If Kirby can survive 2 minutes, he has beaten the hand grenade. I don't know how this guy's a light heavyweight, but fair enough. They box each other for another 60 seconds, and the ref thinks nothing's been happening, and brings the two fighters back to the centre. But Teneyev is starting to tire as well now. A minute left in the round. He hits a left cross. Kirby hits a left jab but misses with a right hand. Kirby doesn't have much energy left. The fighters, who both look very tired, fall into a ragged clinch. Teneyev hits Kirby with some short strikes to the side of the head while grappling. The end of the round is coming up. There's a minute left. Teneyev uses some dirty boxing and gets in a few crisp punches on Kirby as they grapple. He wrestles Kirby backwards towards the cage and then holds him up against it. Teneyev is looking ragged. Hits a knee strike to the side of the ribs. But Kirby blocks it and the fight comes to an end. That is it. If Teneyev somehow wins this fight, this show is rigged. Because the 22-year-old Matthew Michael Kirby, how in the world did you do that? Like, how? Right, here comes the official scores. All three judges give it 48-47, and the winner by unanimous decision is Matthew Michael Kirby. Oh my god, I need to give him a nickname for that, I think. Because, my god, he's just defeated the hand grenade. The young 22-year-old from Edinburgh, Scotland, has beaten one of the best fighters in the world. Supposedly. But, in reality, yeah, I'd say it's fair. Overall, he got way more punches in, which is fair. In the final round, he just threw loads, but Kirby just survived. I think that was a very well-deserved victory for Matthew Michael. My God. Thanks, Matthew Michael Kirby praises his team at KO Fighters, his various sponsors, and the fans who came out to support him. He still boasts about being undefeated and warns he has a lot left. He has a lot more still to give. That commercial rating isn't great, but I mean, out in that country, Germany, we have literally nothing. Critical rating is very good. But hopefully, we get a bit more. What's it called? A bit more popularity in Germany. Popularity decreases in Britain, fair enough. But popularity is increased in Europe, which is great. The mission of the night goes to Alexander Ivanov. Martin Couples gets fight of the night for winning that. Yeah, that's fair. He's the only great fight on the card. And KO of the night goes to Joachim Beloff. Yeah, I can agree with that too. I'm going to give a performance bonus to not to Teneyev, to Matthew, and to Alexander Ivanov. And to Couples, why not? They all get a performance bonus. Oh, sod it, you get one too. And you. There we go, there's all your performance bonuses and everything. This episode has become a lot longer than I thought it'd be, but oh well, we got 2 fight cards in. We saw the debut of 2 stars, and one of them bottled it. We lost 10 grand, but that was our first show in Europe. I shouldn't expect to get money, to be honest. We got a lot of pay-per-views, which is great. But Teneyev, what have you done? That was mental how he won that fight. Konstantin Balachu is injured. He, don't know what happened to him. He has I don't know. Broken nose. Okay, he'll only be out for about a month. All these people need a new contract. Yeah, I'll do that at some point. But, my God. What has happened there? I need to look at the rankings and see how that changes anything, because first of all, heavyweight ranking. Alexander Ivanov is the new number 2, with Stafford Aloy dropping down to number 3. Vic Milligan drops down to number 9 as Jaco Landerweird overtakes him. We also have Ozzy Bentley's gone up 2 positions. Okay, I'm going to come to light heavyweight division last because that's the surprise. Middleweight, everyone's dropped down because Torbjorn signed. Okay. Welterweight, Martin Couples is the new number 6 as Jaden Karp drops from number 7. And Dominicus Yankovic is number 9. Finally, lightweight. Joachim Belov goes to number 8. And Jarek Nealon drops down from number 15. And last but not least, what has happened here? Light heavyweight division. Matthew Michael Kirby has gone up to number 7 in the division. And Valentine Teneyev has dropped down to number 5. With Nikolai Iki's joining. And Tycoon Diev is now back up to number 3. Maybe that's the fight. I know at some point I want to have Nico Soldo versus Lenny McFadden. Because arguably, this guy, if he is the best pound for pound light heavyweight in the world that I can sign, he needs to be a champion. He's not popular in England at all, unfortunately. But if I want to expand out into Europe, he is important. All of these European guys are. Tycoon Diev, he is only popular in England because that's all he's ever fought in. But yeah. I still have big plans for this guy. I have booked him in a fight. He's going up against Gary McSwegan, number 6 guy. Just because I want to see how good he actually is, because I've never seen how good he is. But yeah. Finances, we did lose 64k, but we did have 2 shows this month, and neither of them did great. But yeah. Oh no, that's we're 64 grand down because we had no fights. That was our only one. I need to book another fight on a bloody card. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. That was quite an upset. And yeah, if you want to see what Matthew Michael Kirby can do in the future and what everyone else can do, why not subscribe? See how this goes. This series is going to be going on for a little while. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed this video. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye.